Overwhelmingly, many of you saying the style is professional, while some others saying, hey, not so much. Well, here we are at another intersection of black hair and what's considered professional in the workplace or even in schools.
Hi, I'm Essie and you're welcome to my channel where the conversation is real and Essie's got the tea. Unfortunately, wearing a wig isn't a choice but survival for some black women, especially black women in professional corporate spaces. Time and time again, black women have been told to fix their hair to what is deemed acceptable in the society. Just a few days ago, a Nigerian girl came out to talk about how she experienced hair discrimination at the place of work because her video got rejected by a supposed client or a boss simply because she wore her natural hair. So she was told to either wear a wig or just fix it, by maybe styling it with extension or just something that is deemed professional and acceptable in the society. This isn't the first time a woman in media has been scrutinized for the way she styled her hair. Generally, black women have been scrutinized for the way they style their hair, the way our hair appear, the texture of our hair, literally everything. We've been analyzed and scrutinized for it. But this is not the first time. But let's just say it's been happening a lot. But these were the ones that were brought to light. 4 years ago, a TV presenter faced backlash for the way she styled her hair because to some people the way she styled her hair was unprofessional. So I'm going to check the video out before we check out the recent one with the Nigerian lady.
Representation matters. Two words that I've heard consistently throughout my life and more so in the last couple of days, all because of the way I chose to wear my hair to work. Most of the time in its natural state or even in natural hairstyles. This style in particular, this whole bun situation, you see it? It's what caused quite the stir online. Overwhelmingly, many of you saying the style is professional, while some others saying, hey, not so much. Well, here we are at another intersection of black hair and what's considered professional in the workplace or even in schools. The question is, who determines what's professional these days? And why do some people feel like natural black hair and hairstyles are a debatable topic? It's not. From afros to curls to kinks to braids, even straight and anything in between. As black women, we rock it all. The question becomes, why does it even matter how we wear our hair? Why does hairstyle determine our level of professionalism in the workplace? The way hair grows out of your head shouldn't be a trending topic on social media. The style that you wear also shouldn't trigger that type of a reaction. We've seen so many situations where black people are discriminated against because of the way we choose to wear our hair. You remember that Texas teen who was suspended and banned from attending his own graduation because he wouldn't cut his dreadlocks because apparently they were too long, violating a 30-year-old dress code policy at the school. I'm thinking those old, outdated rules should probably be updated at some point, you think? I'm sure many of the rules made up about what's considered professional, whether at school or at work, they weren't made up by a lot of people who look like me. Yet for so long, black people and certainly black women have been forced to shrink themselves and not show up fully in so-called professional settings. Hair discrimination, it has often been a huge issue. In fact, there's even a push at the state and the federal levels to make hair discrimination a crime. It's called the Crown Act. It's a bill that will make it illegal to discriminate based on hair texture and hairstyles in the workplace and in schools. The Texas Black Caucus is also considering it, but currently it has only passed in less than 10 states. It is at the federal level, though. It just recently passed in the House. Now, if it is approved by the Senate and the president, it would apply to all 50 states. It's real sad we need a law just so that we can exist as our natural selves. But here we are, so I guess we'll wait and see how that goes. By the way, if you are one of those people typing on your keyboard about this style not being professional, please help me understand. Why does my crown offend you so much? What you may not realize is it takes a level of confidence for black women to show up fully in all their glory without having to adjust to who's in the room or how they will be perceived once they get there. It is work. So before you decide to offer your little feedback about how someone should wear their hair, I ask that you examine what's really causing you to think such a way. So back to those two words that got us here. Representation matters, and it truly does. So where do we go from here to make sure no one feels as if they aren't represented in the workplace? How do you create spaces that allow your black employees to show up as themselves fully? And that, my friends, is where the true work begins. It's not hard. It just needs to be done. And for those of you who likely missed the point of all of this, don't get so bothered by appearance that you miss out on what's really important.
Now, let's check out the original post of the Nigerian lady whose video got rejected simply because she wore her natural hair. I'm going to leave it up on the screen. So she said, "This was so insane to me. Can't create content for work because it's my natural hair. It doesn't even look unkempt, quote unquote, just wear the wig. I don't wear wigs, firstly. If I was already in the salon braiding when the text came in, I would have been queried because I can't make my hair until weekend. Delaying the content and posting. Wig isn't biscuits. I won't just buy one for content. And someone said, if you won't buy the wig, then you should consider plaiting so that you can make content for the clients, the director. Then she said, it's a 9 to 5. I can't loosen one braid and then make another one immediately. My scalp has to breathe. There's nothing wrong with my hair the way it is. Which is actually true. So there is nothing, look, I checked this hair and there is nothing wrong with it. Do you think her hair was distracting? Do you think there's anything wrong with the hair? Let me know in the comment section. A black woman facing backlash simply because of the way she styled her natural hair would never not be laughable to me in today's society. And the fact that Nigeria, which is predominantly, Nigeria is a black country, you are facing natural hair discrimination in a country where people are supposed to relate to what grows out of your scalp is appalling. Being told that her hair is not professional because she put her hair in a puff, which is likely a ponytail if it's been worn by a non-black person. Ponytails are deemed professional, but Afro puffs are not. Make it make sense. This is the first time I'm going to be making a dedicated video talking about the discrimination that black women face when it comes to their natural hair. I've talked about it in my videos, I've talked about the discrimination, but this is going to be the first dedicated video I am making pertaining this topic. Imagine your job being on the line just for simply existing as a black woman, wearing her coily natural hair in a black country, yo. If it was outside Nigeria where we say it's black people are like the minority, would say okay, racism, systemic racism, discrimination. But this is a black country and a black woman is being discriminated for the way her hair grows out of her scalp and the way she decided to style the hair, which looked neat. That hair actually looks sleek. It looks like she used gel. I'm just wondering, let's say if she hadn't used gel to sleek the hair, what would they even say? If there is texture around maybe the hairline, what would they say? Telling a black woman to fix her hair simply because the hair just doesn't look good, simply because she's not wearing a wig, is crazy work. And you know, when we talk about black women wearing wigs, it's usually a fight. People always think, oh, you hate black women and that's why you always talk about this. But these are the realities. That a black woman cannot exist, she cannot style her natural hair, and people won't look at her some type of way. It's crazy. We live in a society where Eurocentric standard of beauty is prevalent. So literally everything you're doing has to fit that beauty standard.
I think people do make judgments about hair, and I think particularly for women and particularly for black women. I think, because the world is this incredibly globalized place and what we define as beauty has become so homogenized, it's become one thing really. And so for many black women, beauty has become, you have to look like Beyonce. And when you choose not to, then it becomes strange. And when you choose to wear your hair the way it grows from your head, it becomes a political statement when often it isn't. Right? But I think one of the things I wanted to write about in this book was just to start to push back at the idea of a single way of defining beauty. And also simply to say that it's a very strange thing that somehow our society has decided that beauty is one thing and then the rest of us somehow have to contort ourselves to fit that.
The way you style your natural hair can be unprofessional. Natural hair in itself isn't unprofessional, but the way you choose to style your hair can be deemed unprofessional. There are some nails that you don't fix in a place of work, in a corporate setting. There are some makeup, there are makeup you can't wear in corporate settings. So literally anything can be unprofessional depending on how you do it. So to you, what is professional? Like when I hear the word professional, I hear something clean, good looking, put together, polished. For when it comes to black hairstyle, it doesn't always have to be slicked. So far the hair looks put together, clean, low maintenance, it's just looking beautiful, simple, clean, then to me, that is professional. And when it comes to natural hair, I put up some pictures that I feel are professional. Like in my opinion, these are professional hairstyles. There are a lot of natural black hairstyles that I would say are professional. Afro puff is professional. If ponytails are professional, then an Afro puff should be professional. It is professional. An Afro, the way our hair grows out of our scalp, just being fluffed and combed out, is professional. So to me, these hairstyles are professional hairstyles. They look good, they look put together, they look low maintenance, but beautiful. To you guys, what are hairstyles that you see? What are hairstyles you feel are professional and hairstyles you feel are not professional? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I know that some people take low maintenance, to the extreme, like another level. Low maintenance is not negligence. Nobody is asking you to neglect your hair. The thing with some people is that because it's natural hair, they think that they can just neglect it, and people will say, oh, it's natural hair. You people hate natural hair, the way it grows out of their scalp. No. You can tell when someone is caring for their hair. You can tell when someone is putting in effort into their hair. No one is asking you to make your hair extremely slicked, altered to the point it's unrecognizable. No. You can look low maintenance, put together, minimal everything, and your hair is still giving. This hair wasn't bad at all. That's a puff. Her outfit looked professional to me, because I know that sometimes it's not just the hair, sometimes the way you dress might just give it off. Might not give off the professional vibe. There are ways you style your natural hair that are professional, and there are ways you style your natural hair that are cute, beautiful, but I just feel like you can't wear these hairstyles to professional spaces. For example, these hairstyles that I put together, they look cute, they look beautiful. I feel like you can wear them other places, but not like in professional spaces, not like in your office. If it's like events, like professional events, there are also ways that you can style your hair for professional events. Box braids are professional, but the way you style your box braid is what matters. There are some box braid styles that are not good, in the sense like you can't wear them in the office or your corporate environment. They're actually beautiful, they look good, but not in a professional or corporate setting. Now, a professional hairstyle should be appropriate for the work environment. That doesn't have anything to do with hair texture. Any hair texture can look unprofessional depending on how you style it, depending on how you handle it. You understand? So why is it that with black women, our hair texture is usually problematic? People want you to over style the hair for it to look good enough to be professional. Every single time, the society expects us as black women to conform. If it's not being light skinned, we are being told to bleach your skin to look a lot better. It is fixing your hair and doing something about your hair because your hair is not beautiful. If it's not like this, it's like that. Or just go and get a wig and cover. You're asking a black woman, you people don't have shame. You're asking a black woman to cover her hair, her original hair, her real hair with wig, because wigs are better. May God deliver you people. You people need deliverance. At this point, you need deliverance. Imagine I come to work looking good and put together, and I'm feeling myself, and someone will tell me to go and wear a wig because the wigs just makes it better. And this is why a lot of black women are suffering from, like, black women have the highest percentage of traction alopecia because we are always wearing our hair. Imagine telling her, okay, if you're not going to wear a wig, do something about it. And I'm saying, and I'm thinking, when you do something about it, it's about like braids, using braiding hair to style your hair back to back to back. And you can see what she said. Her scalp needs to breathe. Every time black women, you are putting your hair in a protective style, every single time, as you're taking this one down, your scalp is not breathing. Your follicles are tired. And we know styles with extension, they usually have a lot more tension on the hair. Unlike when you style your hair with your natural hair. Extensions have a lot more tension. They put a lot more stress and tension on your scalp. So if you take down a hairstyle done with extensions, you need to allow your scalp to breathe. Your scalp needs to breathe. And because of these back-to-back protective styles with extension, most people don't have hairline anymore. Some people's nape hair is nowhere to be found. What about the crown? The hair on the crown is actually shorter, very shorter, like it's shorter than the rest of your hair. Because society will condition us to see certain hairstyles as superior, to see certain hair as better than our actual hair. Because tell me what is wrong with an afro puff to work? Tell me what is wrong with a bun? And I like the comment someone left. If it was a non-black person that walks in to the office with their hair in a ponytail or with their hair down, you be acting all friendly and nice. We treat our own as trash, but we worship and idolize other people. The comments on the post, because a blog reposted the the whole thing. The comments there were crazy. There were a lot of crazy comments, but I'm glad that at least some people actually know the truth, because Nigeria, we like wigs. See, there is natural hair in this country, but I think that wigs are more like the ideal thing for women in Nigeria. So I'm so happy to see Nigerian women in the comment section asking what is wrong with a black woman's natural hair, that her video is being rejected because she did not wear her natural hair to do whatever she has to do. That a black woman have to be ashamed of the coils, the kinks and coils that grows out of their scalp. And we as black people, we keep pushing the narrative that there is something wrong with our hair, so it has to be hidden, it has to be covered. The frustration we're about, oh, what am I going to do to my hair? What is seen as professional? And after styling the hair, you're like, would they see this hair as professional? And you guys will be wondering why some black women are obsessed with wigs, especially black women who work in corporate spaces, because I'm not going to make excuses for people who just hate their natural hair. Another thing I'd love to add is, if your job is not on the line, please do not conform. If like they are telling you, you're going to lose your job, I'm going to sack you, I'm going to fire you if you don't do this or that, please do not conform. If the only thing they are saying is your hair is not beautiful, your hair doesn't, leave them and face your work. Style your hair the way you like, I mean professionally anyway. But if your job is on the line, I mean, the thing about humans is survival. I would say keep enduring. But if your job is not on the line, where you're not being threatened to lose your job, please keep rocking your natural hair. They will come around. It is not your job to make them comfortable. If they don't like the hair that grows out of their scalp, it is not your responsibility to make them like it. All you have to do is make sure you look good and put together like you always do. Smell good. Simple. You don't owe anybody anything. But whenever they say do this to your hair, and if you don't, imagine threatening to take away someone's source of livelihood because of hair. Because of hair. Because of hair. You are wicked. You are shameless. The hair that is not disturbing you, the hair that looks clean and put together, is the one that is bothering you. Hair. Anyways guys, that is it for today's video. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section.